It's getting dark really early. It's already had a big snowstorm. I really hate winter. But it's new comic book day, and I love that. Let's go. Okay everyone, welcome to my new comic book day haul video. Let's take a look at some of the new books that are out today here at Retro Rocket Comics. We got ASM. This is that Prelude to the Gang War, issue number 1. There's a new Captain America that dropped today as well. This is on my pull list. Let's see what else we got for the Marvel. Realm of X, issue number 4. We have Marvel Zombies, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 2. The new Howard the Duck dropped. I enjoyed Chip Zdarsky's run on Howard the Duck a number of years ago. We have Predator vs. Wolverine, issue number 3. This has been a terrific limited series. Down here, we don't have much new stuff other than the Gang War Spider-Woman with that gorgeous cover. Let's take a look at the new DC. Right away we have the new Flash that came out, as well as City Boy 6 and the new sequel series to Batman 89 Echoes. The new Green Arrow also dropped, and Alan Scott Green Lantern issue number 2 came out. We have this Doom Patrol. Interesting. I haven't read much Doom Patrol in my time, I gotta be honest. Titans Beast World looks like it just dropped. Now let's take a look at some of the independents. So we have a new Barbaric, looks like that's a one-shot. Flesh-eating cheerleaders holiday special. I'm not familiar with that. And Phaser issue number 1. Looks like the new Swan Songs came out, issue number 5. Keanu Reeves and Mattson Tomlin returns with Berserker Fallen Empire. I'm not familiar with that title, or at least that Virgin variant. The new Grimm came out. This is issue 15. I'm enjoying this arc. And Alice Never After, gorgeous cover. Edenwood 2, Jennifer Blood. Space Truckin', new Vampirella. Let's take a look at that cover. Not bad. And James Bond. Alright, let's go see what my pull list has. Hello Comic Army, my name is Chris the Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Well, today is a pretty good new comic book day. I stayed right under budget, but I gotta admit the books I picked up I'm really excited about getting into. So before I begin, I want to give a shout out to my local comic shop, Retro Rocket Comics. Chris, thank you so much for having my pull list ready and waiting for me when I arrived. Everyone who watches this video, please check out Retro Rocket Comics. Chris has many different social media avenues for you to visit. Often Retro Rocket Comics has sales you want to participate in, and again, Chris at Retro Rocket Comics is not afraid to ship anywhere around the world. And again, friend of my channel, friend of your channel, friend of everyone's channel. So Chris tossed in the new DC Connect, and on the front of it they're actually talking about the Joker Year 1, and I gotta admit that's actually really intriguing, as I enjoyed the Killing Joke way back in the mid 80s. So I'm looking forward to see if they expand on that story or what they're going to do with the Joker. On to the books. As always on this channel, we start with the Amazing Spider-Man, and this is the Amazing Spider-Man, the Gang War First Strike, the Prelude to Gang War. This is issue number 1. Chris at Retro Rocket Comics said there's something that's very, very significant that happens to a villain in this issue, so I'm looking forward to getting into this. No spoilers. So if you're a fan of Spider-Man, you may want to check out that. I picked up issue number 12 of Miles Morales Spider-Man. And I gotta admit, I'm really enjoying Miles. This particular volume has been as good as the previous volume. This also is a prelude to Gang War. Let's switch gears from the Spider-Verse. I'm a constant reader of Captain America. This is Captain America issue number 3. I did enjoy the last volume. This volume, in my opinion, is actually starting off a lot better. So if you haven't read any Captain America, I'm sure issue 1 and issue 2 is still available at your LCS. You may want to check it out. Captain America has been quietly excellent. Let's switch over to some of the indies. The indie that I love the most is Something is Killing the Children. This is Something is Killing the Children, issue 36 or 35? 35! It's not there on the front because I went with this variant cover. Now, there were a number of different covers that were available at Retro Rocket for me to purchase. There's a guy with his brake lights on, so forgive that. I went with this particular cover just because I'm thinking there's going to be a mashup between this and the next issue where we have Erica kind of standing off. She has a hatchet in her hand. She also has a chainsaw and her totem around her waist there. But I really liked this particular cover, so I went with this one. From the very beginning, I've been reading Robert Kirkman and Chris Samnee's Firepower, and I've really been enjoying it. This is issue 29 of Firepower, and Chris and I talked about issue 30 might be the finale, like the end of the series, so we'll see. I've really enjoyed Firepower. It's just been a fun, action-packed series, and if you haven't read Firepower, I'm sure there's going to be an omnibus in the next little while. If issue 30 is the finale, I recommend picking it up. It has been a real fun read, and if you are a fan of martial arts and Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, that kind of thing, this is the read for you. Sticking with the indies from Boom, this is Stephanie Phillips' Grimm. Now, I gotta admit, the beginning of this arc, I was kind of like, I don't know, I think maybe it's time for me to drop Grimm. Nope, I'm glad I stuck around. Grimm has been a real fun read of late. I recommend Grimm, and yeah, this is issue 15. I went with just a normal cover A. Let's switch over to DC. And again, what I feel is the read of the year so far for DC. Just the most consistent, great storytelling comes from Ron V in Detective Comics. This has been a hell of a good read. And I'm sure this is actually one of those books that's on your pull list too. And I'm sure you feel the same way, that it's been a real good read. This is issue 1078. So yeah, Detective Comics. If you're not reading Detective Comics, you're not doing it right. So let's switch over to Harley Quinn. And most people know who my favorite current cover artist is, and that's Jenny Frison. So Chris threw in Harley Quinn issue 34, the variant cover of Jenny Frison. So I like this. This kind of has a little bit of a negative space feel to it, but yeah, here you can see it's like a robotic Harley. I gotta admit, I haven't been reading this particular arc of Harley Quinn. I haven't read Harley Quinn since Stephanie Phillips left the title. I do like that cover. So let's talk about the channel appreciation giveaway, which is happening next Wednesday, the Comic Army box. So if you join my channel membership, and the join button is just down below, then you become a member of the Comic Army. If you check out the previous videos, you can see some of the books that I've tossed in. This week, the final book I'm tossing into the Comic Army box is The Amazing Spider-Man issue 583. The famous cover that went to multiple printings, and the 5th printing belongs right here. This is Amazing Spider-Man, the 5th printing, featuring President Barack Obama in front of the Lincoln Memorial, with Spider-Man up there taking a quick photo. So this is very cool. I'm actually I'm happy to have this, at least temporarily. I've never owned a copy of 583, any of the printings, and I know that the different printings had different colors, but the subject art was the same throughout. But yeah, this particular book is going into the Comic Army box, and it will be given away next Wednesday on Show Us What You Got at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all you have to do is join the Comic Army by hitting that join button down below. So everyone, thank you so much for checking out my Comic Book Day haul. Again, thanks to Chris at Retro Rocket Comics for having my pull list waiting for me. And until we see you in Comic Army, make sure that you hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you leave a comment. Let me know. What are you looking forward to reading the most this week? Man, I'm tongue-tied at this point. I better get going. I'll see you again. Take care.
Channel memberships are now live. $4.99 monthly gives you the opportunity to win the Comic Army monthly prize pack, early access to videos, custom emojis for live streams and videos. Your Comic Army rank will be displayed beside your name for length of service. You get the ability to join the exclusive Instagram chat room for members and member shoutouts and spotlights. Join the Comic Army today.